What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video of Heavy Steel and Hot Rods. It's actually the same day. It's Friday afternoon. Just made our way back from Corpus Christi. We out there doing a little bit of a punch list as per the structural engineer for the Nueces County Coroner's Office. While we were out there putting those lintels over the overhead doors, my welder actually took a shit on us. Decided to take a little vacation and went out on us, so Caleb wasn't able to finish welding out there. I feel like he has ojo because he was having a hard time and he didn't want to be doing those overheads, and inevitably he didn't have to do them, so it's giving him a little bit of a hard time. But regardless of anything or not, we got to be able to get this welder back to the shop and functioning again. So right now I made it back to the valley. I actually picked up my kids. Say hi, mama. Hi. I got my son back there as well, but we're going to be able to go to AutoZone real quick. We're going to go ahead and pick up some 10W30 motor oil for this little gas welder that I have. It is a Lincoln Bulldog 5, so it's a 5500, 5500, yeah, 5500. So Bulldog Lincoln welder. It's a little small gas welder, burns, you know, a little 1/8 60-10 rods, and you know, 3/32, 70/18, things like that. Small little stuff. We use it for all like the miscellaneous tacking and small little welding that we need to do out here on these commercial job sites. And for anything bigger, we either rent those Vantages, or I bring my SAE 400, which that one's also in the shop right now due to the water pump that went out. So I'm actually going to be bringing that and doing the water pump myself, because they were asking for like $2,000 or something. So it's a ridiculous price. These guys are getting kind of out of hand, and I don't mind getting my hands dirty. So I'm going to be headed over there to get some motor oil. And I guess when we get back, we'll go ahead and start this vlog out and see what it entails to get this welder fixed. Hopefully we can get it fixed by this afternoon. Let's go. All right, well, I got the oil. It calls for 1.2 quarts. Went ahead and picked up 2. Just to be safe, let's go ahead and get this welder back to the shop so we can figure out what's going on with it. Let's go. All right, everybody, made it back out here to the shop, backyard of my house. We're gonna go ahead and get these ladders off of the truck first and foremost, and then we're gonna go ahead and pull this welder out over here, maybe to the ground or somewhere elevated where I can get it tilted over and get this existing oil that's inside of it right now, get it pulled out of there, and get this 1.2 1.2 quarts, excuse me, of the 10W30 that I just purchased out there at O'Reilly's, and see if that'll do the trick. Hopefully it'll make this welder start running again. If not, then we'll go to option number 2 and see what's next. Let's go. And disconnect these leads now. They've seen better days anyway, so might be time for me to go ahead and do some maintenance on those as well. Make sure the guys got a brand new stinger and all that good shit for them. That's what I'm talking about. You know, they've seen better days. This little eyelet already broke out. It's already split, and then all these, well, all the wires are already, you know, coming loose off that terminal. So go ahead and buy some new ones and start re-crimping some for these guys before it gets back out there into the field. I got that one off. I'm gonna go ahead and get the next one off now. I'm gonna leave the nuts on the hardware here, on the threads. Go ahead and tighten it down, just, you know, half a turn or so. That way it stays nice and taut on there. I don't want it coming off later on. That's the same way. So go ahead and buy the proper ones. This one actually looks like somebody cut it to make it work. I'll buy the proper ones, that way it can fit on there, the eyelet, and they'll get the right amount of conductivity on there so it can weld real nice. Right now, those are the type of things that I got to be working on maintenance wise for the guys. That way when they're out there in the field, they're able to work the way they're supposed to and get the quality weld that they need. What I'm going to do is try and get a funnel and just hold it over while I let it drain. Oh shit, it's already drained. Well, there my plan went kind of different, so fuck it, I didn't want to get my truck dirty. I'm gonna hold it there for a second. I clean my truck up. Machine's off. I have it on the incline right now with a little piece of rock, actually a piece of dried up cement, and it's just draining all the oil out right now, the remaining oil. And I took off the other side as well, the other dipstick, just so it could breathe a little better, let everything out. Now that I got the oil out, I'm gonna go ahead and replace it with new oil. Before I replace it, I'm just gonna move it over here. And there's a bunch of oil all over the side of it. Got a little dirty when I was draining it, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up before I replace it. And then I'll go ahead and get those 2 quarts of oil out, and I'll start putting that 1.2 quarts in that it recalls. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and grab those 2 quarts of oil now. All right, well, I got the funnel and I got the 2 quarts of oil. Owner's manual says it calls for 10W30, and it is calling for 1.2 quarts. So let's go ahead and get it filled up. All right, guys, so firstly, I'm gonna go ahead and replace these dipsticks back inside of there. Before I do so, I'm gonna go ahead and try and clean them off as much as I can. Probably should have not sat that down on the ground. But, you know, it's pretty clean. I'll go ahead and put this on the other side, that way I can fill up right here in front of the camera, huh? How about that? Plastic dipstick, so I don't want to be messing it up, you know, stripping those threads on there, because then it won't hold the pressure correctly that it's supposed to. I'll go ahead and set that down there for right now. I didn't buy anything too expensive, too crazy, just a regular O'Reilly's brand motor oil, SAE 10W30 motor oil. That's what it calls for. And keep this for the trash. That is out here for right now. One side. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and use this one just because, see how it locks in there real nice? I like that. I have a plastic one, doesn't do that, so I'm gonna use that. Costs for 1.2 quarts. So if you guys have never done it before, you know, ounces right here. So I'll go ahead and I gotta convert it myself right now, so I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll either put it on the screen or I'll explain it right here in a second, but I do gotta use my phone for that. I'm not that smart. So I'm gonna go ahead and put one in for sure right now, and then the other 2.2 quarts, I'll figure it out what it is, and then I'll go ahead and drop it in here shortly. So one for sure. Make sure that it's not leaking on the bottom as it comes out, as it goes in, but shouldn't be. Should be just fine. Looking to be doing good. And that oil was very, very black. Wasn't the best looking oil. So hopefully this is the only problem. If not, the next thing is going to be opening up this little carburetor right here. This way it has the air filter. Pretty sure that's pretty dirty. I wouldn't mind taking that and getting it cleaned out, just with a air compressor or something. But probably gonna have to look at that carburetor. But it starts and it runs. It just seemed, the guy said whenever they would arc off, it seemed to die. Died on them one time. We let it sit for a little bit, and then went ahead and put it to work again, and it died immediately after they put some arc to it. So hopefully this will figure it out. If not, like I said earlier, we'll go to option 2, we'll start looking in to see what it actually is, what it could be. I'm gonna hold this here for a second, just let that residual oil fall all inside. I want to get as much as we can. And then I'll go ahead and drop 0.2 quarts. I'll see how many ounces that is. All right, everybody, my dumbass went ahead and Googled it up. 38.4 ounces in 1.2 quarts. So this has I would assume 30. It stops marking at 28, but it has a little bit more of a line, so I would assume 30. So we're gonna go ahead and put, you know, 7 to 8 more, you know. So I figure that's it's going in increments of 4, you know. 8, so that 4, 16, yeah, 24, 28. So yeah, I would assume this is 30 to 32, huh? So I'm gonna put 6 in there. We'll go ahead and put 6. We'll go ahead and come down to here and maybe halfway to there, just to be safe. And we'll let her sit for a while, settle, make sure the oil's in there, and then we'll crank her up and see how she works. I'll go ahead and put the leads back on there and let her rip and see if she welds. I'm sorry, and I stopped talking because I was trying to make sure I didn't overfill. If this is the type of content you like, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, share the videos with anybody you know that does mechanical type of things, anything to do with welding, cars, or anything like that. You know, we do steel erection, iron working, fabricating, certified welding, all that type of stuff. So yeah, go ahead and smash that like button, comment down below if this is the type of stuff you like. If you don't like it, let me know, man. We're open to hear anybody, man. So I did read in the owner's manual, it said to fill it up until it dripped out. So that's actually why I brought it over here, because I wanted to make sure I could tell. So I'm pretty much right where I thought I'd be. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's kind of not level. I'm trying to put on a level surface so you can see. It's pretty much where I thought it'd be. I thought it was gonna be right around here, so that's not too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and put this down because I don't want it to be making too much of a mess out here, regardless of it's just a machine, you know. I'm gonna try and soak up some of that oil, get it out of there real quick. I don't want my machine getting too oiled up because then it starts to rust, you know. Okay, so the machine's been sitting for maybe 5-10 minutes or so. It should be leveled out. That way I can go ahead and see if I can start her up now. So I'm gonna put the camera over here for a second. Go ahead and hook up these leads real quick. Drag them over here, hook them up, and see if I can burn a rod. Hopefully this is all I needed. Yeah, handy dandy. I guess for me it really didn't matter. I understood which ones were my lead and which ones my ground, my stinger, because I have a smaller cable all the time on my ground because I don't really care if it gets hot all that much. We're not holding it. I tend to have a thicker cable for the lead, for the stinger. That way it doesn't conduct so much heat for the welder, for the guys using it. All right, so I got the ground hooked up. I got to get a new ground clamp as well for this thing. This thing's a lot of maintenance. I'm going to get a ground clamp and get a new stinger for this thing too, and some new terminals. That way the eyelets will hook up real good. But let me go ahead and try and get this thing started now and see if it works. Well, it turned on. That's a good thing it turned on. First pull too. That's pretty cool. Happy about that. Let's try to arc it up now. I think I figured it out. I'm gonna let it idle for a second. See if I can come and throw another bead here. Okay, so I've had it idling here for about 3 minutes, 5 max. I'm gonna go ahead and set the camera down and see if I can run another bead now. ahead and cut this machine off right quick. All right, guys, so it definitely was an oil change. I'm very, very happy about that because I was getting a little worried. I got to do the water pump on my SAE 400. It's gonna be a little costly. So this, all in all, I think it was $16 I spent just to change the oil, you know, and I have a little bit extra oil in case I start burning oil or something, or I have a leak for any reason. I can go ahead and just use the other oil I have. So things I would have done differently, I would have taken it off my truck, obviously, so I wouldn't have had to drain the oil, you know, off the side of the bed like that. That was kind of dumb. So I would have prepared myself a little bit better, set it here on the ground. That way I could have put my oil catch can. That way I could have caught the oil instead of just having it here on the goddamn dirt. And I would have, yeah, you know, done that, and then just give myself a little bit more clean area to work with. Maybe also do maintenance a little bit more on time. I'm gonna go through a couple things right now. Obviously, the stinger, you know, I got to get the guys a new stinger. That's one of the maintenance things that's going on the list, the punch list for this little welder right here. A new ground as well. This one's all chafita, it's all messed up already. Gonna get them a new ground as well. We talked about the terminals. I'm gonna be giving them some new terminals as well. Probably cut this right here, wrap it real nice, some new terminals on both sides. Something I didn't talk about was this off and on switch. Somebody broke it on a downtown job site that we had downtown Corpus Christi. So I actually put this one on there, and as you can see, the ground keeps falling out. So we're gonna get a new switch, a new kill switch for the machine as well. And then over here, a new cap, because this is what we're actually using right now as the key. We're using a ratchet strap, an old ratchet strap. We're actually using this for the drawstring because this is like a lawnmower. So I'll probably get another drawstring on there, or at least if I'm gonna get something, I'll get something a little bit nicer and a little bit of a cage or something to put on there, because there's really hard to find aftermarket parts for these, and you got to get to like a local Lincoln distributor. So I got to try and go talk to Airgas or something like that, see if I can actually get the actual piece that goes on there, the guard. But this one needs a little bit of TLC, so there'll be a couple more videos coming as per this Lincoln Bulldog 5500. It's a good little welder, man. Like I say, we do a lot of deck welding, galvanized sheet metal welding with it, and just a lot of miscellaneous steel work, you know. So it makes me a lot of money. This little machine makes me a ton of money. So if you anybody interested, you know, I wasn't able to find any other video online as per a Lincoln Bulldog 5500 oil change. So I wish I could have made this video a little bit more cinematic, a little bit more entertaining, but hopefully it does help somebody in the long run. If you have one of these little machines and you're able to do the maintenance on it, glad it does have that little kill switch, because you know, if the oil is bad, you don't want to burn up these machines. I'm glad that Lincoln went ahead and put that in there. If anybody likes this type of content, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe. You know what I mean? If you're already subscribed, go ahead and hit the notification bell. That way you're notified every time we drop a short or a long content video. If you know anybody that might like this stuff, you know, share it with them. We do a lot of different types of things. You know, I got a couple different vehicles. Got a 1972 C10. I got a burnout car over there on the other side of it. So we try to keep moving. This is just gonna be a little mechanic video trying to get my welder back working. It is. So hopefully you guys have a blessed day. Keep marching forward. Keep doing the damn thing. Don't look back unless you count yesterday's money. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.